On July 24, 2021, online conference Global Crisis, this already affects everyone, took place. This conference brought together a great number of experts from different fields and countries around the world to talk openly about the situation our humanity is in, about the challenges and difficult situations we will have to face in the coming months and years. On the one hand, they talked about the creation of an artificial superintelligence. It was emphasized that this will depend on the society in which this artificial superintelligence will develop. If it happens in the current consumer society, a limited number of people will have it in their hands, and the remaining 95% of us will lose our jobs and in fact become puppets of these few people who will control us with this artificial intelligence. However, if we develop in the creative society, it will become our good assistant, which will not only make our jobs, our lives easier, but will also help us solve other problems that we are already facing, which will become even bigger and even more difficult. I'm talking about climate change, which is already happening. We observe increased flooding, tornadoes, seismic activity, and so on. But the media presents all of this as separate situations which are not related to each other in any way. But now, not only the experts, but also we, ordinary people, see that they are all connected, that everything is interconnected, that there is a synchronization of these disasters, that we are only at the beginning of the path, and that things will get worse. It will get more destructive and more frequent. But if there had been no way out of the situation, we wouldn't have even talked about it. Therefore, it was said at the conference that we can manage this climate change if we unite. I would like everyone to have the opportunity to watch this conference so they could get a true picture of what is going on, where it leads to, and what we can do about it. I wish that we build a creative society as soon as possible. Thank you.
Hi everybody. In spite of everything I have heard at the conference, in spite all of these shocking facts, I am happy to be living now. Because when, if not now, we can change our future. Folks, it only takes so little. We don't have to fly into the universe, learn complex physics, dig a tunnel to the center of the earth, or lock ourselves somewhere in the monasteries at the end of the world. It takes only so little. It only takes each and every one of us to focus our attention to creating a creative society. Imagine if 1 billion people on Earth say to themselves, yes, I support creative society. I want to live in creative society because it's not only good for me, but it's good also for you and for the whole planet. So say it to yourself, mother, father, who can hardly feed your family. Say it to yourself, students, young people, because you have your life ahead of you. Say it to yourself, workers who hates your job, but you know you have to do this each day. But Say it to yourself. Politics, successful businessmen, managers, because being well now doesn't guarantee you a happy future. People, let's try it together. We can only win. We can only win, and our victory is living in creative society. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. My name is Alexander. I'm simultaneously interpreting the broadcast of today's conference, Global Crisis, This Already Affects Everyone, into Japanese. Sometimes on weekends, my Japanese friend and I have conversations. So recently I asked him, "Really, they talk about such things going on. What if something terrible happens in your country? Some big cataclysm. You do have strong earthquakes. Your scientists wrote that a very powerful earthquake could occur. So powerful that almost all residents of the main islands will have to move somewhere else." And I said, "Have you thought about this scenario at all?" So then he answered that they certainly heard about something like that, about such a threat that there could be something serious. He said, "But who will help us?" So the point is that he says, who's going to help us? We have bad relations with neighboring countries. Something is wrong with politics. Who would host so many people? And really? So consider his answer. On the one hand, it sounds ridiculous. But on the other hand, it's true. In the modern world, who cares about 100 million people? And what has it come to? If people, being aware of the dangers of a situation, simply do not believe that anyone would help them, because they know the realia of this world. Therefore, today, we continue to speak even after so many hours. We believe that we do need to make a difference about this whole thing, so that human life could really stand in the first place.
Dear friends, yesterday I watched the conference Global Crisis. This already affects everyone. And I would like to share my impressions about it. It was an eye-opening experience for me because before I completely didn't understand the subject of danger of artificial intelligence that was raised at the conference. I didn't know that the technology of artificial intelligence has progressed so far, and that it is being developed by many companies, and that this technology can actually make all our jobs obsolete. For me, as an IT expert, this is of course very sobering. We're now stuck in a dead end. The consumeristic, the profit-oriented, money-oriented format of society. And the solutions that we try to work out in this format, they don't get us out. It's a circle, because staying in this format, we can't get out of it. Only changing the format into human-oriented, into humanity-unifying format can save us from the situation where we're right now. And this is exactly the idea of creative society, the change of paradigm, the change a format of society. And this can only happen if we all decide to do it. All of us, meaning the whole world, the whole humanity together. We all have to become active and operate. Only this way we can get out. Only this way can we overcome all the current challenges that we are facing right now.
Hello, dear friends. The conference, Global Crisis, This Already Affects Everyone, which lasted more than 11 hours, has come to an end. And we have heard the shocking truth, heartbreaking, blood-curdling information that is hidden from people. We have heard the truth. And based on this truth, we can now make our own choice. We must decide what we want to do with our lives, the lives of our children, the future of our civilization. The decision depends on us. All the best.
I'm shooting this video to share the understanding of what I think about the conference Global Crisis. This already affects everyone. I think everything that was said there was incredible, magnificent. They started with the topic of artificial intelligence, which seems to me something phenomenal, something that would change the world completely, something that would take us out of this primitive life we lead, which is so much the same all the time, that we get tired of it, so tired of it. As we all know, we have been living in the society of consumption for 6,000 years, and the time has come to change. I think so too. That is why I am also here with you. The conference was spectacular. I watched it from the moment it started here in my country at 12 a.m. until it ended. It was a magnificent 11 hours. The support of all the people who worked tirelessly, who were there. I think it was very good. And I hope we will be able to fulfill this change, which humanity needs so much, that it is time to change ourselves, to live differently, to change people's thinking, change their minds. We are tired of this. We no longer want a consumerist society. We want a creative society where there is everything for everyone, where only human beings are the most important and the most valuable thing in the world. And it seems to me that Allatra has all the capabilities to achieve this goal.
Para llegar a ese propósito.
At different times, different people, thinking about the condition of the planet, the condition of society, have tried to draw other people's attention to this, to call for unity in solving some global problems, and in most cases, such people were labeled globalists, apocalyptics, or just crazy people. Today, thousands of respected scientists and millions of people who began to see clearly are talking about it. And after today's conference, there will be billions of people who see clearly. And that's very good, although it is a little creepy to hear the truth from the conference today. But it's clear that there is a way out, and that today we must build a new future for our children. Many people ask, but how can it be done? Where should I start? It's very simple. Visit allatraunites.com website, click the Join button. In other words, support the electoral platform with those who agree that we need to build the creative society. And tell your neighbors, family, friends, colleagues, your neighborhood doctor, a store clerk, an old lady in the queue, everyone, literally everyone. And when everyone talks about it, when everyone thinks about it, when everyone knows about it, the information field will be getting built around it. And we will begin to create the necessary conditions. Many people write comments that the oligarchs and politicians won't give up their power, won't let us do it. Guys, you don't need power to build a creative society. You need aspiration. You need to start living in the creative society now, starting with your mind. They will just have to adjust to the changing conditions. There is only 1% of them. Would we, being 99%, really be looking back at some 1%?
People's lives can only change as a result of our internal changes. When we realize that we ourselves simply have to voice what we are interested in, and accordingly, by working together, you and I can achieve certain results. I sincerely hope that the people who attended the conference, who participated, must understand that events going on around them are negative. Yes, but it is time to understand the real extent of it. It's no longer about some part of the earth, it's about each of us. And I hope that it will give us the opportunity to make that inner push and change our lives to unite, leaving behind some personal circumstances like selfishness or others that often prevent us from uniting and acting together.
It's up to us, to the people, to decide what do we want. Do we want a world of hate, separation, jobless, just desperation, or do we want a world where human life is #1 priority and each of us can use their best human potential to benefit the society, and also that type of society guarantees a future without wars, without hunger, and the future that we can all be proud of, a society that puts human at the center of it all. So I hope you get to rewatch this conference and learn for yourself what decisions we have to make as a global community and how it will affect our future.
My dear friends, I've just been watching amazing conference, Global Crisis. This already affects everyone, held last Sunday, 21st July 2021 on ALLATRA international platform worldwide. And the more I watch, the more I understand why we shouldn't sit and wait. It's really time to act. We all know what is coming, and I'm afraid we don't really much do about it. And the answer to the question, what to do and what we can do is found. It's creative society, as it brings all people all over the world together to accelerate our urgent actions. Please help us to raise awareness in it and stand with us. We need you. Thank you.